G'day everyone, welcome to Xrissart. Thank you all for joining me, and oh wonderful, let me see all our friends. G'day Rebecca, hello. Hello Cherry, hello my dear. And thank you to Janice and hopefully Wendy will be in the chat moderating. So yep, wonderful. Okay, so as you can see, I've done quite a bit of this. Now I've done most of. Now there's going to be a lot of adjustments, but we're going to work on the owl today. And of course, it's not going to be a traditional looking owl. I mean, we'll know that it's an owl, but you know, she's not going to be your regular colours. We need to somehow incorporate the look of the lady here and with the owl. So I'm going to get stuck into it. Okay, but I need to first start with the eyes, as you know that I need to do that. Oh, and sorry, for those who haven't been watching this, the art supplies I'm using are PanPastels, Pastel Pencils, and Pastelmat. G'day Sergio, do not tell anyone, but I'm also here. There you go. Nice to see you in the chat. Wonderful. Okay, so get cracking, Chrissy. Get with the program. All right, so starting off, first of all, I just wanted to say, hope everyone's week has been going really well. Mine just, you know, just plodding along, doing my thing. Oh, hello, John. Hello, how you going? Nice to see you here. What is going on with you? Okay. All right. So, yeah. Okay. So what? I'm just trying to think of anything extraordinary that's happened this week that I can brag about, which is nothing really. I mean, I can sit and talk about the weather, but that's a bit boring. Still quite warm. Yes, yeah, just wanted to maybe mention the group painting. I wonder, I've sent a few line art to people I think that have asked for it. If I haven't, I might have to go in my list and have a look again, but I hope everyone is going okay with it. Right, okay, so here we go. Plus I'm getting jealous with the Northern Hemisphere. You guys are getting your summer, which, you know, we're missing out. Well, it'd be springtime for you now, but coming into summer soon. Yeah, so I'm very jealous. It's cold here in the UK. Is it, Cherry? Oh my gosh. Here we go. Well, I suppose, look, I'm wearing a t-shirt, so it's still warm here, but you know. Anyway, all right. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll cover this so I can put some, and I will put this so I can put some pans on here and I can mix. How about that? Makes it easier. What's this? Okay, what is it? I don't understand what you people are saying. Chrissy, you were granted another week in your life. That's great. Oh, okay. Oh, look, she's on fire, everyone. Yes. Boo-hoo, says Janice, Chrissy. You're in you're in the heat. 365. Well, yes. Compared to some other people, you're in... Okay. Silly. Cherry says, there have been frosts every night in April. My goodness. Okay. Rebecca says, I just bought 21 individual pan pastels. I still have a few more to go, but I have to fill in my inventory before I know how many I need. Oh, lucky you. This is wonderful, Rebecca. Oh, you're going to have so much fun. So much fun. And remember, you can mix, okay? You can mix. Yes. Okay. Absolutely. Wow. Oh, that's so much fun. Ooh. So did you buy those individually or in sets? Because it is individual, yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, you did say individual. Individual, yeah, not in this. Okay, yeah. Okay, gotcha. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just looking for a darker pencil here because my brush is still not fine enough for this, but good enough for me to apply some colour. And there we go. Okay, the color that the pencil that I'm using here is Conti pastel pencil. There we go. See, I've got to do the eyes first because then, yeah, because then it looks skew-if to me. This, okay, it's more, I mean, there's quite a bit of pigment in the Contis. If people have got Contis, I would say it's more on the harder side. Oh, g'day, Jelena. Hello, how you going? Yeah, so yeah, it's good for what I'm doing here. You know, I've got the softer ones. Nanette, oh, g'day, Nanette. Hello. I said hello to Jelena. Yep. Rebecca said I had to buy individual because I had at least one color in each set. Yes, I know. Yeah, I found that when I was buying some sets to begin with, I ended up doubling up, but that's okay because, you know, look what happens to them. I end up using them. I think this is my third one. This could be my second black. Yeah, but yeah, this would be my third one here. So as you can see, I used that one a lot to make things darker. All right, so let's just put that aside. Okay. I'm just looking for my reference, that's all. Where did she go? She went somewhere. Excuse me just for a moment. There she is. Yeah, this is... Okay. All right, I think I'm going to go back to black. I'm going to go back into the black here. And of course, it's a very strong... Black is such a strong pigment with the pans. I've got to be careful because it really does stain my bristles. So, my bristles. God, that sounds funny. The bristles in the brush. Oh, gosh. Silly me. Yeah, Cherry says, yeah, 3 whites from buying, yeah, the sets. But you know what? You're going to need the white, so you're okay with that. And the black, you're okay with the blacks as well, if you double up. Yeah. Okay, Sergio says, so this would be an original composition of yours, right? Yes, it is. It is, and plus the reference, I mean, it doesn't, I've changed the reference, and it's more for proportion, the reference, when I'm doing something like this. And of course I change it quite a bit, the colors, the look sometimes, you know, as and especially like now with the owl, I'm changing, you know, the owl is not going to be the traditional color that we all know this particular owl to be. I don't even know what kind of owl this is, so maybe I should have checked what kind of owl, but it's an owl for sure, and it'll look like an owl by the time I'm finished, but she's just not going to be the same. You know, it's a fantasy owl, let's face it. It's a creature, it's a new creature. Okay, Chrissy, is the owl reference white? No, it is not. It is beige. It's beige and a dark brown, and that's all it is. So where the dark brown bits are is going to be where I'm actually going to make it green. Well, a greenish kind of color. These are the greens that I've got here next to me that I'm going to use, and of course these sorts of colors. Yep. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm about to start my part of the group painting. All those wild colours. I'm excited. Oh yes, I can't wait to see what people come up with this time. This is well, it's a fantasy. Okay, so it's a fantasy portrait. It's it just as soon as I saw it, I go, yep, I got it. This has got to be it. This is the one, and it's unusual. Oh, Hugh, hello, welcome, Hugh. Private message me in Facebook, please, because I don't have what your details are. I've got a piece for you. Someone has bowed out, and I told you that you were going to be the next person, so please go ahead and message me so I can, if you still want to be in it, that is, message me please. Yeah, so I can give you all the details. Hello, Jean. Hello, Jean. Welcome. Nice to see you here. All right. And I'm going to do the beak. Well, at least so we know that that's there. It'll help me so I don't lose my place. Yeah. Yeah, so, oh, wonderful. I can't wait because I've got a piece too, and I can't wait to start it as well. Oh, thank you. I will message you tomorrow. Wonderful. Okay, Hugh. Wonderful. Oh, Sergio says, looks, oh yes, sorry, I missed. Sergio says, looks like it could be a barn owl. Oh, yes, maybe. But given that you are making it green, then she's going to be an ecological owl. Yes, I like that description. That's very nice. That's right. Okay. I'm getting confused. Actually, no, don't get confused, Chrissy. I'm just having a look. See, look, there's... I think I'll go with the darker colour. Actually, what I'll do is I'll start here and then I'll go on top with the green. How about that? Yeah. Let's see if I can get that color. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Trying to figure it all out. Yeah, so for people who not sure what this painting is, it's a mashup. March, and it's a prompt from March Mashup. March, and for those who don't know what March Mashup is, it is a 31-day challenge which the prompts are released in March, and it is set to inspire you to create. You don't necessarily, what it is, it's two creatures, two living creatures, whether it be plant or animal, and you combine the two to make a creature, or mash them up to make a creature. So that's what, and it's, as I mentioned before, it's designed to inspire you, to give you ideas. You don't necessarily have to do what the prompt says. I mean, obviously that's the aim, but you know, there's no wrong way to do any of that. So yeah, so that's what it is. And so and I'm a bit behind because we've way past March, and I haven't done very many of these, and I love doing these, but I put females in this, and I make her the creature, and I give her the attributes of the two living things. It may be the color, it may be the shape of the living thing. It doesn't necessarily have to be that, like the actual thing. Although I must say this one was a little bit hard. Not the owl part, but the Tillandsia Xerographica part. It is just, but it's a beautiful green plant that just has, which looks a bit like feathers, only it's not feathers. It's a, anyway, it's a plant. Yeah. So that's how I got to do that. And of course, the owl, this is her pet, or can we say her mascot? I don't know. What would you call it? I don't know. But it is, and I want that for composition for both of these to be related in somehow, shape, way, or form. So, yeah. And also, yeah, well, the reason why I haven't done as much is because, I'm doing Patreon, and so there's an extra live stream that I do during the week for those, and we do a step-by-step real time, and we're doing fantasy themes for those who want, who are interested. And plus it incorporates real things in unrealistic situations. The portrait, if you wanted to learn about portraits, you're still going to learn about portraits. Fantasy, it's a fantasy landscape, but you still be doing bushes and stuff like that as if it was real. So yes, but that's sort of kept me busy. But I love doing these kinds of things. Yeah. Okay. Still here. There you go. Cherry says, Chrissy, do you compose your pictures on Photoshop? I do in various software. Sometimes I use Photoshop even. no, sorry, what was I saying? PowerPoint. That's right. PowerPoint, the good old PowerPoint for people who don't have Photoshop. Sometimes I'll compose it in Photoshop. It all depends. But yes, so if people don't have Photoshop, PowerPoint is, I mean, it's not a design thing at all. But for me, I can isolate certain areas in PowerPoint. It does allow you to do that, and do the line art in Photoshop if I have to. Sergio says, I would call the owl her alter ego. Oh yes, I like that. The embodiment of part of her conscience. Ooh, released from the boundaries of her living form, being able to move already freely in the skies above. Oh my goodness, it sounds like it should be in a story. Move around. What am I saying? Move around freely. I can't even read. It's too tiny, actually. Heidi, hello. Hello, my darling. How are you? Hi, Chrissy. I had to join in for at least a few minutes to see how the owl is going. The painting is looking pretty good. Thank you so much. Nice to see you here. Hope you are okay. Hope you're okay. And Nanette says, or it could be her emotional support owl. Oh, I like that one too. That's nice. Okay. I'm just looking to see what colours. I'm just looking at this colour as well. This is the bright yellow. What is it? No, it is Hansa yellow tint. So, yeah, for the lighter colours, I think I might go there with that. Yes, I like that better. Yeah, I like that idea. The alter ego, the embodiment of a part of her conscience. It's very philosophical. Sergio? Yes. Of course, this does take time because it's my little brush, but I just want to, it's almost like I'm just outlining actually, really. Yeah. So has anybody got any questions? Any questions? Question, what is the meaning? See, you ask a silly question, you get a silly, well, actually it's not a silly question, but you know, what, you get it, yeah, you get a Wendy question. How about a Wendy answer question? That's right. What is the meaning of life? Does anyone want to elaborate? Would anyone like to share on that one? Leave them on a cliffhanger and start a sequel. What's this? Oh, don't end them. Oh, hang on. I missed. Oh, that's for Sergio. Sorry. I beg your pardon. Heart. There you go. Rebecca says heart. You beat me to it. There you go. The meaning of life. What is the meaning of life? I reckon if God did not give our parents, or we didn't have a manual that goes, How about that? I can't even answer that question. Meaning of life. Meaning of what is the mean? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. The meaning of life. I'm still trying to think of the meaning of life. There are strange things buzzing in my head that are giving me answers, and I don't even know how to elaborate. Okay, not a question, rather a confession. I bought pastels from Jackson's again. Oh, Nanette. Tell us about what you got. Yes, I love to hear all of these stories. What kind of pastels? Okay. Okay, it was according to the Hitchhiker's Guide. Oh. Okay, okay. According to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The meaning of life, John? Okay, I like that one. It's 42 according to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Am I missing something? Is this, like, what is... It's a book. Is it a book? Okay, all right. Chrissy, the answer to life, Hugh says, the answer to life, the universe and everything is 42 according to Douglas Adams. Oh my gosh, can someone elaborate? Where have I been? I think my head has been buried in the sand for a very long time, it seems. What is 42? I need clarification. Chrissy, Nanette says, I got Jackson's brand, the portrait set, and then I went and did the landscapes. I also got their hard sticks. Oh, okay. I didn't know that they had harder pastels. Oh, that's wonderful. Are they like the hard pastels? Are they fine? Are they small? Because I don't even know what it is. Hugh says, it is a book and a film. Okay. All right. And they were on sale, Nanette. Okay. What was I to do exactly? What were you to do? That's what... Yeah. Cherry says, Chrissy, just to let you know, I am liking the Derwent pastel pencils. They seem somewhere between Carbothello and Pitt. Okay, so the new formula. Nanette says, yeah, they are like the new pastels. Okay, yeah, I gotcha. The Prismacolor ones. I know which ones you mean. Okay. Well, I'll be interested to see what they're like then. Okay, yeah, when Janice says Jackson's is having a sale on some pencils. There you go. Rebecca says, yeah, you had no choice. Well, that's right, you know. What's one to do? And Hugh says, yeah, also a TV series. Okay. So is it a fantasy? Is it a fantasy thing? Is that what it is? The 42 Galaxy business? Is it? Okay. So it's a science fiction comedy. Okay. All right, maybe. Okay, hi everyone. Yeah. Oh, Oksana, hello, hello. How are you? All right. Okay, Rebecca says, Chrissy, the book is by far better. It's always the case, isn't it? The book's always more interesting. You will literally laugh out loud while reading it. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. But isn't it always the case that the book is always better than the TV series, the movie? I mean, it's a bit hard for... I mean, it really, all of these kind of shows are adaptations, aren't they? Yeah, they're adaptations. Like looking amazing from the last time I saw it. Yeah, I've been doing a bit of work on this, so thank you, Oksana. Very nice of you to say. Yes, yeah, yeah, because I find like the shows that I watch, as soon as I watch the show, it's really interesting how I go to the book then. I don't do the book first. I see the show, and if I like the show enough, then I go to the book. That's a bit like, you know, ass about face, isn't it? I mean, I don't even know why I do it this way. Even, like, I'm just so bad that if I get a book, I go right to the very end. This is so bad. I go right to the very end and I read probably the last 2 or 3 pages, and then I start from the beginning. Isn't that the most weirdest thing? But that's how I enjoy reading books, because I'm thinking about, well, my methodology, or my head, the way it says it, goes, well, you know, now I know the ending, and I'm always interested to see how they even get to that bit. Like, how are they going to get to that bit? So for me, that's the exciting part. So it's a bit weird. Hugh says, my favourite character was Zaphod. What? How? Zaphod Beeble Brox. Oh my gosh, it's probably something that... Oh... Bilble box. Sorry, the writing is tiny here. Oh, Catrice, hello. Nice to see you. Nice to see you here. Welcome, welcome. Yeah. Yeah, so I know it's a bit weird what I do, but, you know, having a look at the ending first. Okay. Heidi says, Chrissy, I'm so happy to hear you say that, because I often read the end. I don't want to waste time reading stuff that ends badly. And that is another reason why I don't want, I want happy endings. I don't want crappy endings, you know? I want, yeah, so yeah, yeah, and plus you're investing all this time in this book. Although I don't do that with the shows, which is really interesting. It's just so weird. If I'm watching, like, if I'm watching a show, say on Netflix, for example, you know how they've got all the, you know, like all the episodes. If the episode doesn't grab me by about the second or the third, I just give it away. So I'm sitting there forever scrolling through shows, because, you know, because once you've invested time, that's it. You know, you've got to then see it through. Okay. Cherry says, I like books that are in the series, so I can't read the endings. There you go. Yeah. Well, I've been, you know, Peg, hello, g'day, how you going? I mean, like, here's a classic example, like Discovery of Witches, that's a trilogy, right? Oh, I lost my train of thought there. What was that? No, it went on Cherry's comment that, yeah, that's because, yeah, I like the books that are not in the series, so I can't read the endings. Oh, no, I've lost it. Well, you know what I did with Discovery of Witches? You know what I did? They're only up to the second series. I know that they're working on the third. So then I went and got the third book. But I not so much the reading, but I get the audio one. So while I'm working with while I'm working on my artwork, or if I'm driving, I listen to the book, and then I go back and I'm thinking, I wonder how they're going to do that in the series. So then I go, and then apart from that, then I go back again, and then I got the first and the second book from Discovery of Witches, and of course it was a bit different and it was more detailed and stuff like that, and I'm thinking, oh wow, they missed this bit, or I like the way that they did this in the series. You know, it all depends, but in general I like the way that they've done the series. So this is how I end up doing this is how I end up reading. Okay, Hugh says, Chrissy, don't say too much as I'm still watching it. Okay, no worries, don't worry. I won't spoil it for you. You mean A Discovery of Witches? Yeah, oh, you're going to love it. Whatever it is. Yeah. Yeah, don't worry, I won't spoil. Oh, see you later, Jean. Thank you for popping by, saying hello. Nice to see you. Rebecca says, okay, good night, everyone. Going to sleep now. Okay, bye for now. Rebecca says, Chrissy, I love listening to books, especially on long trips. Yes. Oh, yeah. Like, you know, like driving trips we're talking about, aren't we? Yeah. 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 Yeah, I love even like the fantasy genre in books and movies. I love all of that. You know, like time travel, even like in Outlander and stuff like that. Although they consider that fantasy because of the time travel with that one, but it's very realistic in other ways as well. So, yeah. Yeah. This green is not dark enough for me. I'm going to have to bump up the value. Yeah. And then go over it with pastel pencil. I haven't done too much of pastel pencil. I've done a little bit, but I will in the very end start touching up areas which I think need doing, but using a very small brush here. Yeah, so what other books? And then there's this new show, oh my gosh, what's it called again? Blood and, what is it? Shadow and Bone. Shadow and Bone, that's a new show. And it looks like I'll probably end up not reading that book, listening to that book again. Yeah. Because I'm liking that series. Actually, I'm liking, what's his name? The Darkling, isn't I'm liking him, actually. He's easy on the eye, let's just put it that way. Okay, Chrissy, what did you use to transfer the image onto your paper? I used transfer paper. It's by Xrissart. The transfer paper, I'm just trying to see if it's next to me here. It's not. Some people use Xrissart, that's the brand, but I use Xrissart because it doesn't, as you can see, you know, brushing my fingers up against it, and I'm not losing my line. In fact, they're quite permanent, but not permanent enough that I can't go over it. So yeah, I transfer with that, and I find that it's I've used Sorrel, and I enjoy using this one the most. Oksana says, I love the combination of green and ochre like colour, almost like golden. Yes, yeah, it is. It's like a dark yellow green. That's what that is. That's why. Yeah, there we go. Oh, no, that's not it. Where was it? It must be the bright yellow green. But that, yeah, that one. And then there's the ochre actually. Oh, you mean like the ochre and the greens? Yeah. It's a nice combination. Okay. Cherry says, the only trouble with audiobooks is that people interrupt you and you have to keep going back. So you listen to the same bit over and over again. Yeah, that does happen. But I don't mind. I mean, that happens to me even when I'm, even if I'm reading the actual book. I've sometimes, yeah. But yeah, see, that keeps me in the chair for a long time when I'm listening to an audio book. I mean, music does as well, of course, but I find that the audio book keeps me in the chair for longer. Yeah. To be fair, the darkling in the book isn't described as easy on the eye as the series depicts him. Yes, Sergio, I know, but I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. Oh, wow. She's... Chrissy listens to everything over and over and over and over and over again. Yes, I do have a habit of doing that. I couldn't tell you how many times I've watched programs, and I watch it like it's for the very first time every time. And I'm sure it would be. That's right. True. That is a true story. True story. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, all my art friends, I was going to try charcoal, John says. Does anyone know what is the difference between vine charcoal and willow charcoal? Ooh, for the charcoal users in the chat, which I know there are some, what is the difference, pretty please? I don't use charcoal. Yeah, so if anyone, so anyone in the chat can put it in. Yeah. Yeah. I'd say I don't know too much about it, but I've seen how delicate the vine charcoal is. I suppose you know, maybe doing details with that as well, I would say you would be doing, wouldn't you? This is moving slow. I need to speed up. Bigger brush, bigger brush. Here we go. That's better. Oksana says, I wish I could help with charcoal info, but I just started venturing into it. I have willow sticks in different hardness levels. Oh, okay. I wonder what the difference is too. Well, Well, there you go. So, Wendy says, it's the type of wood they use. One is willow branches, and the other is grapevines, hence the name vine and willow. Well, there you go. And Sergio says, willow and vine describes the base material from which the charcoal is produced, but they are both charcoal in its most natural form. Okay, brittle, soft, and easy to lay down. Ooh. Interesting. And Genesis, okay. Oh, we're talking, and Genesis was talking about, yeah, the Xrissart is way too much powder. Yeah, whatever you call, yeah. So I usually wipe it off. Yes, the Xrissart is so much more powdery, I find, yeah. Hugh says, I have never used charcoal, but I would imagine it would be related to the grain structure in the original piece of wood. And when turned into charcoal, that grain structure might make a difference. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, the Xrissart is not my favourite. And plus, it is waxy too, like the white one, I think, and it actually says it, I think, on the pack. I've seen it on the pack, so it might interfere with some of the mediums that you're using at the time. So, you know, I find that the Xrissart has been really, really good for me. And, you know, like I stumble on these things and I try them out. So I first started with Xrissart, and I've got some rolls of it. I haven't thrown it away, but I've got it only as a backup. And if I was to ever use it, I'd probably use it on canvas if I was transferring on canvas, and then I would probably then spray over that with a fixative before I start painting. That's probably about the only time that I would use fixative. It's almost like a dirty word with me, isn't it? Oh my God. Cherry says, yeah, but I've got Xrissart too. It's a bit messy. Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you can find this, I recommend this. If you can find Xrissart, I'm pretty sure it would be on Amazon. It'd have to be. Because I mean, we get it from my local art store, and I know that they send, I know that they would send internationally. So it's from Eckersley's. They Eckersley's Arts and Crafts. So, you know, then you can buy it in sheets or in rolls, so I end up buying it in a roll. Oh yes. Yes, Rebecca, Cherry was talking about, I watch your post for, is this regarding the makeshift Icarus board? Yes, that's right, the Icarus hack post, yes. That was so cool. I saw that. I'm thinking to myself, wow, see? Where there's a will, there's a way. That was a very good post, Rebecca. I like that. I like posts like that. Tips and tricks for everyone, which is nice. I'm just doing the dark bits, just some feathers, strokes. It's been a while since I've painted feathers. Or maybe I should just do it all dark and then go light on top. That's probably what I should do. That's what I might do. Yeah. You know, I haven't tried the Icarus board. I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm sorry, I do not, sorry, I lie. I know what it is, but I find it very interesting how the heat melts the pigment, therefore easier to blend. I find that really interesting. And what I find mostly interesting is that you don't damage the paper. This is what I was thinking too, like you wouldn't, interesting about that. So, well, my question is for the Icarus board users, would you, do you colour off the board and then you put your piece of paper on the board and then blend? Is that how you do it? Or do you damage the Icarus board? Do you damage the Icarus board while you're colouring? That's what I wanted to know. Which reminds me is that Oksana has got a fabulous video out, and you were talking about your Icarus board. So everyone who hasn't seen her videos, you've got to go over and check all of that out. Hugh says, good night everyone, another busy day tomorrow, so it's time for bed. We'll watch the rest on catch up tomorrow as normal. Don't forget, Hugh, private message me. All right, so I can send you stuff. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I was just curious to see what yeah, I'm just curious. And is it something that would you always use the Icarus board to blend? Okay, I coloured on the heat, says Rebecca. Interesting. Okay, as an alternative to Icarus board, you can also buy speed heating pad on Amazon. Some say it does work. Oh, interesting. Chrissy, yeah, do you mean if you need to place something underneath the paper drawing? I mean, no, what I mean is, like, if you've got your drawing, do you place your drawing straight away on the Icarus board and then work on that? That's what I mean, yeah. Yeah, oh, sorry, Chrissy. It's used to blend, and if you need details, you remove the piece from the heat. Okay, all right. Wow, that's interesting. Wow, this owl looks... Okay, this is the ugly stage, can I just say? Okay, there you go. Thanks, Wendy. Yep, there's the... that's the video. That's to Oksana's video. What I was talking about, yes. Yeah. Wow. ugly stage. Well, at least it's starting to look like, well, I don't know if it's starting to look like, well, at least we know it's an owl of some kind. Okay, Rebecca says, as long as the replacement works, I have no problems. I have no problem. Things happen. I got the sharpener on Tuesday and we'll have replacement on Saturday. I think that's good service. Yes. So are there any cons with an Icarus board? I mean, you know, there are pros and cons with everything, right? So are there any cons, or is it too good to be true? Because there's always a con. There's always a pro and always a con. Okay, thank you, Chrissy. Yes, I would usually also put a cheap printer paper underneath the paper drawing, but if the drawing surface is thicker, like Pastelmat, you can place directly on top of it. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, the board has cool and heat sides, so you can interchange in between work on a heated side, then cool, then back to the heat, back to cool. Okay, it becomes like a play sort of thing, fun and experimental. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, the cons would be it's a lot more money. Well, there you go. If that's the con, then that's not so bad. I mean, you know, since when are art supplies cheap? Anything. I think if you stick the word art in front of it, that's it. It's like, you know, like a wedding, say, for example, the minute you know, you can have like a nice restaurant, you know, I don't know, like a place to have a, you know, a party and stuff like that. But the minute you put wedding in front of it, that's when the extra zeros happen in the cost of something. So it's like that, isn't it? The minute you put art in front of something, it becomes very expensive. Rebecca says, Chrissy, the heat just helps blend and saves time because it can cut down on layering. Wow. It's rather interesting. Except Pastelmat. Chrissy will never come up with a con for that. She uses it for everything. That is right. I use it for everything. Well, no, I don't use it for, well, I use it for many things. I've tried other surfaces. You've seen me try other surfaces. There we go. Okay, well, we're blocking in the owl, so at least it's not blue anymore. Yeah. Okay. So the Icarus board, are there many brands or is it just the one? Okay. Oksana was, she's saying that Oksana says, when I worked on Fabriano Artistico hot press, it was a huge size. It literally hurt my hand for days. So when going to Xrissart board or other heated surfaces, it's like night and day. Yes, it probably would help. It's very interesting. It's one brand created by Esther Roy, yeah. And she has many free tips on her website where you can also get the board. There are two types, drawing and painting board, and it explains on there. Wow, that's interesting. The Xrissart board for any... Okay, Cherry asks, is the Xrissart board for any make of coloured pencils? That's an interesting question too. I suppose I suppose the waxier ones would probably melt a lot easier, wouldn't it? I mean, I think... Yeah. I don't think I do enough coloured pencil pieces to warrant me to buy one, but it's very interesting. Janice says, the Prismacolor art sticks are great with heat. Well, there you go. And Wicked, hello Wicked, long time, always miss it. Well, here you are. Welcome, nice to see you here, my dear. Okay, the Prismacolor art sticks. Well, that's interesting. I think this bit goes here, this light bit here. There we go. I've read Wendy's comment and I'm just giggling to myself, you know. Yeah, water off the duck's back. Blah 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 blah. Nice to have for when you are ready to use, Chrissy. Yes, watercolors. You know, I love watercolors. I just haven't had time to use them as much. What's the latest art supply you have purchased? Wendy asks Oksana. Oh, this should be good. Yeah, go ahead, Wendy. Go ahead and tell the group how your pencils, your coloured pencils stack. Shh. Wait for it, folks. Okay. I'm so tempted by Jackson's sale. I would love to get me some more museum aquarelle. Oh, they're beautiful, those. Very vibrant too. I mean, truth be told, I've got a lot of watercolour paint, I've got to say, but nothing compared to Her Majesty's coloured pencil range, can I just say. Last year around September, October, coloured pencils and pastel pencils. Oh, look, she's not even divulging what kind. I'll tell you. She's bought the flamin' lot. That's what she's done. I don't think there's a coloured pencil that Wendy has not purchased in some shape, way or form. So there you go, Oksana. Yeah. Okay, I have all major brands of coloured pencil and pastel pencils. Well, at least she said all. Very much an understatement. Puts us all to shame. That's right. She's on fire, that's for sure. Oksana says yes. They are on sale for, I believe, 197. Wow. That's cheap. That's cheap. But Chrissy, I only have one set of them, not multiple. Okay. You know, she's always got a smart aleck comment back, you know. Smarty pants. And let me see what my last art supply, let me see what I bought. Oh yeah, my last art supply was Pastelmat boards, which I've had trouble getting white and dark grey, but I have been buying boards. It's somewhat difficult around the world to get them, I understand. So, but yes, no, that's what I've been getting. Yeah. Wicked says, I can only brag my last art supply arrived for free. Nice to get some samples for free for a change. Yes. Oh, and what was that? You'll have to tell us. You'll have to tell us what it is, Wicked. Oh, thank you, Oksana. Thank you so much. I'll show you what it looks like in the end. And the question is a question. Chrissy, is there a reason you prefer boards over paper? I don't prefer. I like them both. That's funny how I say that. I always get criticised for saying that everything is lovely, but I enjoy both for different reasons, and the reason is the Pastelmat. I find that the Pastelmat is easier to work on actually than the board. If I'm going to be frank, It's much softer. I think with the board, I think it allows even more layers than what, although it's the same thing, it is so much the same thing. But for some reason, I seem to get more layers on the board. I don't know whether it's because the surface is hard, the Pastelmat is tighter. I feel that it's tighter on the board. For people that have had who have played with the board, I'd like to hear what your input is. But I found that that's the difference between the Pastelmat. But I like them both, you know. But I do. Yeah. No, Frank is not my alter ego. Oh look, she's trying to chuck funnies now. Okay, covering quite a bit of this. Rebecca says, Chrissy, what do you do with the board when it's finished? Can it fit in a frame with matte? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, the same way. Although I don't do the framing myself, I go to a professional framing framer. I get them professionally framed and they do all the work. But yes, of course, you can frame them. Yeah, oh, most definitely. The only thing that I find, and I know that the paper does it too, is that it slightly bows once you've applied pastel on there. I'm not quite sure what it is. It could be the atmosphere, like the atmosphere, you know, like maybe the humidity. Yeah, the humidity does something. It slightly bows. So when it comes to framing, I think then the framer would have a much harder time. Yes. And it says, Chrissy, I find that I don't like the boards as much. Do you see a difference between the board and the card? Yeah. You mean like as in, you don't mean the card, you mean as in the, like the Pastelmat paper? Yeah. That's what I find. And I find that that's the biggest thing, is that I can put a lot more layers, and it's very blotchy in the beginning, like more so even than on Pastelmat paper. I find that's another thing. But I like the boards, you know, I like the boards because I like to layer a lot, and you know, so if there wasn't any Pastelmat paper left, I'd get the board, certainly. Plus what I do too is where I get mine, like for example, I'll have a big sheet and then I get the person to cut it down for me, so you know, which is really cool. It becomes more cost effective that way. I might even, what might be, oh, you've just given me an idea. I might get a board and ask the art supply place maybe to cut maybe some 5x7s down. Ooh, I think I might do. I wouldn't cut it myself. I'll tell you why, because I know that I would do a crap job. I'm telling you now, I would not be. Well, the reason, okay, Okay, the reason why I would probably go 5 by 7 is because I also like to work on small small pieces. Yeah, that's the only reason. It's only just a preference. And plus, sometimes maybe on Patreon, actually, I'd like to do some small pieces as well, which I wanted down the track would be a really good idea. I'd like to do that. Okay, Wicked says, UArt paper samples. Not that I ever intend to use that paper, can't beat Pastelmat, but the samples were unexpectedly tiny. Oh, so this is what you got? So there goes my plan to potentially use some of them for actual work. Okay. Okay. Also, Wicked says, I hoped for 5 by 7 in at least, but it's understandable. The full range is a lot bigger than I thought, and got both light and dark sheets. Interesting. So it will mainly be used for color and blending, testing color charts. Okay, maybe some miniature work. I think miniature work is nice. That's what I think I'd like to do, some miniature work. Yes. In a sec, we'll measure. Okay, cool. Oh, okay, how small did you get the samples? Oh, okay, cool. Oh, that'd be interesting. Yeah, because I'll tell you why. There's this, I don't know, there's this apple that I've done and it's got teeth, right? And that would be like a 5 by 7. That would be, and I really enjoyed working that size. Yeah. Okay, Nanette says, I got the sample sizes from Dakota and they were all 5 by 7. Oh, this is you mean like the Pastelmat board, Nanette. Okay. Oh, okay, UArt. Is it UArt? Okay. And of course, they're the different colours as well. The boards, they come in all the colours that the Pastelmat paper does. I'm going to go back. Oh, well, I keep on going to my art shop because I'm waiting for stock to come in. But I think I might actually get them to cut a few small ones for me. Like get a big sheet and cut yeah, I think I might do that. Okay. I mean, as you can see, this way is such a slow way to do it, but for me, I like it because there's control. Okay, yeah. Cherry says, wish I had an art supply shop near me. Had to order everything online. Well, yeah, I mean, I am lucky. I am lucky because where I live, I don't have an art supply, but where I work is the my day job. And so, you know, like I'll duck out there at lunchtimes, and that's the situation with me. And the art supply place that I get my soft pastels from, you know, they branch out into lots of other supplies. Like right now they're supplying with PH Martin inks and Bombay inks. Yeah. So they're branching out into that, and they're branching out more into gouache, schminke gouache. You know what? I didn't know that there were 3 types of gouache. I mean, I knew that there were 2 types. Schminker, it was no Sanelli, no Schminker. They've got a designer's one, they've got an artist one, and there's another one which I can't. It's on the but there were 3 kind of gouache, and I'm thinking, wow, didn't know about the third one. I can't think of the third one now. Yeah, because I know Windsor, because I know Dale Rowney make the gouache. I think, do they make the gouache? Oh, just trying. There's designer. Yeah. Okay. Measurements. With okay. Wicked says it's 14 by 11.5 centimeters. Now, when I look at them, they're not that tiny, actually. Maybe some practice piece, I hope, turn out good enough for posting. Yeah, well, by all means. Okay. Rebecca says, I have a supply store near me, but they don't carry most of what I want. Yeah. Cherry says, I just have Hobbycraft, which is more children orientated. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I'll get things online too, but mostly these days I've been buying stuff in the art shop, because it's stuff that I can't I can't get in other places. And sometimes, you know, you want to touch things and feel it and look at it and yeah. Okay, the art store closest to me, Oksana says, doesn't have a lot of things in stock. I think in general art stores are not doing as good as they used to. Yeah, they probably have to find ways. I think the art stores then have to figure on how to do things online. So, yeah. I mean, this is what the art store that I go to, that I get my soft pastels from, that they've got online, and an online store, and I'm sure that they're very, very busy if they're expanding on other art supplies. So but they don't have everything, but I mean, they've got, you know, they don't have every art supply, but they've got, you know, the artist quality stuff. So they won't have very many of, but the things that they do have are all good quality. And the papers, even though I know I use Pastelmat, I still love paper. Like, I've got stacks of it because I just love it, and I hoard it. Like, I'm hoarding sketchbooks and hoarding paper. The minute I see something new, I've just got to have it. Like, I reckon that's got to be a disease. That's an addiction. It's got to be an art addiction. Yeah, Wendy says, yeah, Hobby Lobby is severely overpriced unless it is on clearance. Yeah, and Wendy says, yeah, I buy most everything, yeah, online. Yeah, going to the store, yeah. Well, you know, and you used to work in a store, Wendy. In an art store. Yeah. Cherry says, yeah, Wendy, probably too tempting too, so maybe just as well. It just takes ages finding a site that sells what you want and then waiting for... Yeah, no, it's the waiting that's the painful part, isn't it? You've just outlaid your money, your hard-earned money, and you're sitting there waiting. If it comes to you, or if it comes to you in good nick, you know? There's that. I mean, shipping is a big deal. They've got to... You can imagine how many returns that they get, like if they don't ship them properly. That's the... Anticipation, yes, yes. Waiting. Okay, okay, Wicked says, testing Fabriano Black right now. Oh, I've got that. I'd like to know what your impressions are of that. Right after Artigan. Oh, I think I've got that one too. Hang on. Yes, polychroma sticks to it significantly better, doesn't disappear as easily, nor can be blended like bloody pastel. That's right, there you go. But there's a downside. There you go, pros and cons. Downside, erasing is harder, removing grid lines on areas outside the drawing, yeah. Sergio says, in Brittany's undying words, me waiting for my parcel to arrive, my loneliness is killing me. Okay. Really? Is that what you said? Brittany's undying words? Is that what you said? I don't even know what her undying words are. Oh. I know Britney Spears you're talking about, but... okay. This, you probably can't see this, but I can still see quite a bit of blue coming through. So it means that I haven't put enough pastel down. So that's why I'm adding so much layers, slowly. Okay, I like black. Oh, that's right. Yeah, much more than Artigan. And you've come up with some really nice things, Nanette. I've seen something really nice. And Wendy says, yes, they are both different in working, and the pencils you use are different too. They both have pros and cons. Oh, there's the word, pros and cons. But it's true, you know, like everything's got pros and cons, hey. The only thing, yeah. Okay, and Rebecca says, I've always felt that they don't treat employees well. Is that true? Oh, only Wendy can answer that one. I don't know about that one. Okay, and Sergio says, the only thing I do not get about black is the name. Well, it's black. Nanette says, Chrissy, this is where I'd be picking up my sticks to lay colour down faster. Yeah, I know. It would probably be killing you, Nanette, to watch me do this. Okay, this is, yeah. And Oksana says, Chrissy, do you ever feel you have to use fixative spray so you can layer more? Never. Not on the way that I do this. Nope. Not at all. No. I don't know how many times I'm going to say it. No, I've never needed to. Interesting. Oh, yes. Now, if I use fixative on this, my colours would be so dull. All right, let me just show you how this looks now so far. Not finished, but maybe I can finish it this weekend. Let's see how we go. But this is it here. Hang on, let me just bring it down and let me come out. There we go. Yeah, you can't see much here, but I promise you there will be. You love my answer? No, 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 no. Okay, all right. Well, this is it so far. So let's see how we go. Okay, so we have Fabriano Artistico, Rosapina, and other rather posh name. The creativity well pulled up. Black. Yeah, I mean Rosapina. That's like in Stonehenge. Is that Stone? Oh, okay. Rosapina is a Fabriano. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so. Well, look, I'm going to finish it here. Okay. Well, they have white. Yes, they do. They do. And I've got that one too. May I guess they like repetition? Yes. Very possible. Very possible. All right. Well, look, thank you so much, everyone, for popping by and keeping me company while I'm painting along. And it's good to see that you're all well so far. But look, I'll see you all hopefully next week and maybe with another project. Let's see if I can see if I can get some little 5x7s or something like that, and maybe do a miniature. Oh, that would be interesting. But all right, well, look, everyone, look, thank you so much. Please have a nice weekend and a really good week, and thank you all. And again, thank you to Janice and Wendy who are moderating the stream. Always a pleasure. But anyway, everyone, bye for now.